It's good to see everybody tonight. I just wanted to share this with everyone. Thanks, first of all, for everybody who follows the sign-in chairs that I do occasionally on university campus. Since moving out to Virginia, I've had the blessing of meeting with, I think, 5 other students that go to Virginia Tech, and they do the same thing. And we just met up, like they did their own thing, and I was like, wow, you guys do something I've been doing for a while. So anyway, the school year has started. We're at midterms right now, and so we've been going out. And but today was the first time something crazy happened. Um, so I got there around 2:30, and I was gonna leave around 6 o'clock or so because Friday night's date night, right? And um, and so we were talking, had great conversations with a bunch of students, really helping them kind of see their worldview, and in some cases how their worldview kind of defeats itself, self-contradictory, and they were just really great conversations, though very cordial, a lot of good time, also some shooting the breeze with the same people, right? So spoke with one young lady today, and she was a Christian, or she was raised in a Christian home. Now she says she's an atheist, and but she could see that her worldview didn't exactly fit, right? And so, well, let's consider Christianity again. Let's consider again that we're sinners, which she admitted to, but that Christ offers us forgiveness. Let's consider that. So this is a tech school, and I mean, like, her unweighted GPA was a 4.0, and her weighted GPA, I think, was like a 5.2 or something. Anyway, so I said, listen, just read the Gospel of John. Next week we could talk about this again. Just read the Gospel of John, very short. I'll probably get through it in an hour, 90 minutes, and then we can talk about that when you come back. So she said, sure, we'll do that. Anyway, probably an hour or so since I had been there, there was another female student, and apparently she had called the cops on us because the sign on the words on our sign were distinctively, directly against abortion. And so that's kind of what we want to talk about. We want to talk about abortion and personhood and life, what counts as life, what counts as a person. And like the lady I just told you about, the young lady I just told you about, she thinks abortion is fine. After we were done talking, she has questions, which, I mean, that's good. That's good. So anyway, this young lady apparently had called the cops, the cops, because she said that we were harassing her. And after everything got sorted out, the police first came and they didn't see anything. And then the police came a second time, and they met with this young lady, and they had to explain to her the difference between a disagreement and harassment. And so that worked out, and we thought it was fun. But then around like 5:30, so I'd been there, 3 hours or whatever, all of a sudden the same cops, like, they're sitting out in their SUV, like kind of out in the parking lot, but they had come back basically, but they're not getting out of their vehicle. And then the dean of students shows up. It's almost 6 o'clock on a Friday night. And we have the dean of students of Virginia Tech coming to meet us with 2 police officers. And so I was sitting in one of my chairs. The students that I was with, they were all standing. We were having some conversation, but not much. And so they're kind of standing behind me, and I'm just sitting there minding my business, looking on my phone and waiting to see if anybody wants to come up and talk. And the dean of students tells us that we have 2 options. The 2 options are either you pick up all your stuff and leave, or you have to be arrested. Really? Yes, that's what happened. So the students, they started arguing, well, we have Christian conviction about this. We're not going to leave, right? Part of our religion is to evangelize, and we're having cordial conversations. We're not in the way of any foot traffic, and we're sharing the truth. We have freedom of speech, right? And we have freedom of religion. And then he says, well, our policy says that you can't have a sign up unless you're registered, which is like, wow, isn't that a familiar thing? And so we're like, okay, show us the policy. If that's what it says, then we'll see what we can do. And then he opens his phone and he gets out the policy, and the policy says you can't have a sign that is geared toward selling anything. So he says you can't have a sign, in this case, you can't even have a sign to give away Bibles or anything. We're like, we're not doing any of that. We're just here. Anyway, he told us after all that we still had to go because we were violating the policy. And I looked at the police officers and I was like, guys, like, that's not what the policy says. And I was like, this is such a small thing. It's such a small thing. Just go, leave today, get registered, come back next week. It's like, guys, we can't do that, right? Solzhenitsyn talks about how if anything, you cannot participate in the lie, right? If that's the minimum you're able to do, just don't participate in the lie. Maybe you can't be a revolutionary. Maybe you can't stand against the evil. Just don't participate in the lie. And the point is it's not a policy. You're just trying to shut down our message. And so I told him, I was like, that's not the policy. And I told the police officers, I said, this is a small thing. I agree. But this is not an issue of quantity, right? It's not how big it is. It's quality. It's what you're asking us to do. And so anyway, we went back and forth several times, and trying to make as many arguments as you can to try to get these guys not to put the cuffs on us, until finally one of the cops pipes up and he says, well, it looks basically we're at an impasse. So you have two choices. You either have to pack up and go, or you get arrested. And so here I am, 45, first time, and I don't know how many years I've been doing this on campus. I said, well, I guess I'm the oldest, so you can arrest me first. And then as soon as I do that, of course, then like all the students behind me, oh no, arrest me too. Well, we'll just all get arrested today. I mean, I was going to be date night for me, and they had assignments that are due tonight, but I guess we're going to get arrested tonight. And so, but as soon as the dean of students saw that we were basically ready to get arrested, he said, okay, wait, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Is there a way we can compromise? I was like, sure. Just pass a policy that says no signs are allowed, or something like that. But of course that policy doesn't exist, so you can't tell us to pack up and go. And then it ended up being that ultimately he said, listen, what I'd like to do is I'd like to discuss this with you guys. And he invited me. I'm not a student, but he invited me. He says, if you want to come, and we'll see if we can sort this out. So you guys can stay and you guys can continue to do your evangelism. And then maybe next Tuesday we'll sit down and we'll sort this out. So that's kind of like the short of it. But it was just a really great experience, and I wanted to share it with everybody who kind of follows the sign-in chairs and the stuff that we do on university campus. So I wanted to share that story. It will be much harder to type out, but I guess the lessons that you learn are evangelize, right? Stick to your guns, right? You have Christian conviction. Don't back down. And in this particular case, we actually have the law defending us. Make as many multifaceted arguments as you can, right? Don't just be like, we only have one argument. Argue that these students are very capable, and just as much as they are capable in their discipline, they're capable in their belief, they're capable in their religion, they're capable in their citizenship, right? Ask him, why are you not representing the students behind me like you're representing the other students? Why aren't you defending them just as much? Make the argument about how it's not in the policy manual. So why are you making us? Ask the police officers. I mean, are you ready to do this according to your conscience? This is a conscience choice. Anyway, there's a ton of things we were able to do tonight. So I hope it inspires. I don't know. But I just thought I would share it with you. It was a great experience for a Friday night. First time ever for me. But I do have to be honest. It doesn't count. Because we didn't get arrested. See you guys.